Karma is a short story about an Indian man pretending to be an Englishman, and his name is Mohan Lal, and it is also about his Indian wife Lakshmi Lal. The story takes place in a train station in India, and it has a third-person point of view. The narrator is omniscient, which we can conclude by the main characters only being described separately, and both of their thoughts are exposed throughout the story. Mohanlal seems to be a wealthy man in Indian society, and already in the first lines we become aware of his arrogance. And we see this in the first quotation. The mirror smiled back at Sir Mohan. You are a bit of all right, old chap, it said. Distinguished, efficient, even handsome. That neatly trimmed moustache, the suit from Savile Row, the carnation in the buttonhole, the aroma of eau de cologne, talcum powder, and scented soap. And this indicates how fond he is by himself, that he's very focused on the material things on his body, and also his appearance is very important so that he can impress these Englishmen. He also wants to indicate that he's clever and equal to the Englishmen. For an example, he would fold the Times so the name of the paper is visible to others. Again, his appearance is important to him and he really cares what the British people think of him, which we also see in the second quotation here. If both the Times and the tie failed, Sir Mohan would co-hire his bearer to get the Scotch out. So he will do everything to impress them, and he's aware of how he's going to do it also. So he certainly knows what image he wants other people to see and whom he wants to attract. It also quickly becomes clear that Mohanlal does not like his own people, which we see in the third quotation. You are so very much like everything else in this country. Inefficient, dirty, indifferent, he murmured. In this quotation, we also become aware of Mohanlal's arrogance and also his view on his own character. He has a lot of prejudices towards his own culture and his own heritage, which he has neglected, and he does not want to see himself as this Indian man, but instead he aspires to be like a British gentleman in every way possible. And furthermore, when he refers to the Indian people, he only uses words with negative connotations, such as loud, aggressive, vulgar, and dirty. He even mentions his wife as obese and smelly. So his relationship with his wife is very marked by his view on Indians, which we see in the fourth quotation. Her husband never had any time to spare for her. And this other quotation, he did not like her poor, illiterate relatives. So this shows that his attention is only for the British gentleman and not for his wife. On the other hand, he only uses positive words when talking about his years in England and at Oxford University where he had studied. It says in the fifth quotation, 5 years of a crowded, glorious life, worth far more than the 45 in India. And this also underlines the fact that he admires the Englishman. And in the end of the short story, he meets two Englishmen who treats him very badly. And this is shown in the sixth quotation. It says, "Get the nigger out," he muttered to his companion. They opened the door and turned to the half-smiling, half-protesting Sir Mohan. So he wants to be this Englishman so badly and to be a part of this culture. So up until now, Mohanlal has felt very superior, but now he only tries not to act out because he fears to appear uncivilized, like he perceives his fellow countrymen to be. So the themes of the story is class division between the superior Englishmen and inferior Indians. It is seen from the eyes of an Indian man who desperately tries to escape his roots. And it is also about, like the headline says, karma. In the end, Lady Lal is possibly spitting on him when he's thrown off the train, so his bad actions and his bad personality hits him in the end. And furthermore, it is about heritage and culture and how different the English culture is from the Indian culture, which is expressed by Mohanlal on the one hand and Lakshmi Lal on the other hand. And the themes of this short story and the themes of the short story Going Home are almost alike. Both main characters are neglecting their heritage. They feel and act superior to their own people, but deep inside they cannot run from who they are, which we see in the end of both short stories.